Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and Bitcoin has stolen the show today. Bitcoin today has been, in the last 24 hours, has been up around 20%. Look at the returns on Bitcoin for the last hour, 24 hours, 40 week, month, year. The returns are unbelievable. Now, I wanted to make sure that you understand that, and I say this all the time, but I always make sure I reinforce it. I've been through at least 4 to 5 or 6 bull runs in crypto. Every single one of those times, Bitcoin has surged, and then the altcoins, these like XRP should not be called an altcoin by any means, but they consider all coins other than Bitcoin altcoins. But the altcoins have always come in and surged afterwards. And I've gone into detail on that. I won't go into detail right now, but that's the way it's always happened, is the money kind of sifts down once it starts in Bitcoin. Okay, moving along. From Michael at VAL5 Links sent me this. Now, this is from, I believe, the most recent interview that David Schwartz had. And XRP Neo, who is at XRP_Anderson, got something very interesting out of this, and you need to read it and read it again. What David Schwartz actually said, read it carefully, at the Future of FinTech conference. I think the other thing that XRapid, which uses XRP, handles is you might have a bank that doesn't want to touch a digital asset. They're like, we can't have XRP on our books. We can't buy it. We can't sell it. There's too much of a regulatory challenge for us. But let's say they want to make a payment into Mexico, and they don't want to have to pre-fund, and they don't want to have confirmation 3 days later. What they can do is they can have an XRapid customer that probably won't be a bank. It will be a payments company or some other type of institution that uses a digital asset to buy the Mexican peso in an internal treasury function, and then offers those Mexican pesos to the bank. So it's a workaround to the limitations that we have found and that we think is adapted to the situation that we're in today. Read this several times so you really understand. You think MoneyGram might have a role? So what he's saying is here, Ripple has just bought into MoneyGram, and they've got the perfect vehicle to do this workaround now that David Schwartz is describing. So what the point is that you could have, in this description, you could literally have a lot of the bank's money flowing, a lot of these transactions that are ultimately flowing through XRP, and this workaround, and that is cool. Pretty amazing. Okay, from King Solomon at XRP_out. Now, he said he wanted to make sure that I gave the proper credit to Fame21 More. This is XRP Darren, because he had tweeted this out, and I think that's where King Solomon had gotten it. It's and I don't know if I'm saying this right. Imgur receives $20 million investment from Coil. Coil's technology will open up new opportunities for users to give to one another and support the community in new ways. This is big news. First, and I did this in the wrong order, I want to show you Imgur, and I'm probably butchering that name. Let me put it here. I want to show you the website, what it looks like. It looks like a site where people can post images or pictures, and that's their content. And so it looks like Coil is they're investing so that Coil can be integrated into this website. Well, C3 Nick went over this in his tweet, and then XRP Crypto Wolf also did. These guys are really good at going and finding the important things out of articles so that I don't have to go through and show you the boring article. Imgur raises $20 million from Coil. Quote, users pay Coil a fixed monthly fee, install its browser extension. The ILP is used to route assets around, and then Coil pays creators dollars or XRP tokens per second that the subscriber spends consuming their content. So that's what C3 Nick got out of that article. Then XRP Crypto Wolf did this. They've raised the 20 million. Imgur agreed to build Coil into its platform, which receives 300 million monthly users to provide micropayments to users who view content. Coil's technology will open up more ways for users to give to one another and support the community in new ways. That's from Alan Schaff, CEO of Imgur. Just Moon, who is, this is Stefan Thomas, who's the CEO of Coil, used to be the CTO of Ripple, will join Imgur's board. Coil's investment from Ripple's spring aims to fund proliferation of Ripple XRP ecosystem. This is a monster, folks. This is a freaking monster. You're literally beginning to see XRP seeping into the web culture is what you're seeing, and it's going to happen more and more and more. Okay, next from Sergeant Obi-Wan, crypto milestone. This is huge too. Bitcoin rewards coming to 325,000 hotels worldwide. More adoption. It is getting real. And this is the article. And I wanted to read you the opening of this. This is not some jackleg hotel site, folks. This is a big deal. Hotels.com now allows online shoppers to earn rewards in Bitcoin. As one of the top travel sites in the world, Hotels.com has partnered with Lolly, a rebate service that rewards customers with BTC, which is Bitcoin, for shopping at partner websites. According to the announcement, Lolly users can earn up to 3.5% of their purchases back in Bitcoin when booking at one of Hotel.com's 325,000 hotels across approximately 19,000 locations. That is huge, folks. I mean, every day, I'm getting to the point where there's so much news, I can't even cover it all with 3 videos. It is really, I'm getting rid of some of these windows, sorry. It is really unbelievable what's happening in the digital asset space. Okay, the crypto utility guy at Utility Guy 7 sent me this. This is just an analyst from eToro. Bitcoin could reach $50,000 or $100,000 this year, eToro analyst predicts. And I'm not going to go into the article. I think that pretty well speaks for itself. But those are the kind of numbers, not just the eToro analysts, but I'm seeing those kind of numbers all over the place. Next, from Bloomberg Crypto, and that's also from Crypto Utility. Stocks with exposure to cryptocurrencies are once again rallying as Bitcoin soars. I want to say 2 things about this. During the bull run, this happened during the bull run of 2017. People were literally trying to associate the word blockchain with their companies that were public just so their stock price would go up. It also happened in the .com bubble. If you had .com in any way related to your company, it might cause your stock to skyrocket. But this is just one of the symptoms of the fact that we're going into a bull run right now. But the gains that you've even seen today, it's all peanuts compared to what you'll see when a bull run really gets going. Next, from Bond Crypt, world's largest broker, TP ICAP, launches Bitcoin futures trading. With them offering services, it is expected that more established financial services companies, especially from the brokerage sector, will follow. Well, not just that some of them will follow, all of them are going to follow, folks. It's just a matter of when. They're all coming in because they don't want to be put out of business. Just like the banks don't want to be put out of business by digital assets. They're all coming in. They're going to figure out how to get in. Okay, this is a great article that I got from Digital Asset CPA, at Digital Asset CPA. This is a newsletter, it looks like, that came out from the bank BNY Mellon, which is a monstrous bank. And it's called Crypto's Next Act. And basically, I'm not going to go through the whole article, but I wanted to hit one major point. Basically, this article, it starts out by telling you all the problems that have plagued crypto, plagued by exchange hacks, fraud, lost keys, broken dreams. The nascent cryptocurrency market, which lost nearly $700 billion from its total market capitalization last year, is showing signs of resurgence. Well, here's what the theme of this article is. Yeah, crypto has been plagued with this and with that, but the point that you need to understand and what this article is really about is that all of those problems in 2018, behind the scenes, all of those problems, that 2018 was spent overcoming those problems. The problems such as custody, and custody that prevents things from being hacked. Companies working on insurance that can cover losses of any kind and that type of thing. All sorts of the problems have been being worked out behind the scenes. But the reason that all of those problems, no matter what, are going to be overcome, and this is going to be a new asset class that conquers the world, is one line in this article, and I will read it to you now. Funds have done studies that found if they had put 1% of their money in crypto over the last 10 years, their return would have been much higher, he says. Now that sums it up. The fact that all of these funds around the world and all of these brokers and financial advisors, everybody has looked at this and they see this as a new asset class that can be plugged into portfolios, like I've always said, a percentage, maybe a 0.5% to 5% in all the portfolios around the world. And when they do that, the numbers that they've run show that their portfolios would have greater returns. And for that reason, Wall Street and all of them are coming, and they're going to bring all of their guns blazing, and they're all coming in. And it's not going to be one financial advisor. It's not going to be just retail or institutional. It's going to be both. Retail, imagine all of the financial advisors of the world going to their clients and saying, you need to have 0.5% to 5% of your portfolio in digital assets. And they're going to put them in the top digital assets like Bitcoin, XRP, Litecoin, maybe ethereum. And they're going to imagine all of those portfolios. That's trillions of dollars, folks, trillions. And that does not count the use of XRP in the money flows of payment companies and banks. Doesn't even count it. Okay, so anyway, I think you get the point from that article. Next, from Crypto Bull. Since this tweet, poor Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff is talking about how spot gold just broke through 1,400, buckle up. Meanwhile, it says, since this tweet, Bitcoin is up $3,000, 30%. Spot gold is up $6, 0.4%. Peter Schiff is eventually going to be in the digital asset business as a complement to his gold and silver business, which would be the perfect business model. I predicted it, and I even told Peter Schiff that he could have a domain name if he wanted one. XRP Crypto Wolf. I have always been I completely agree with what XRP Crypto Wolf is saying here. I have always been bullish on Bitcoin, and 3 days ago I said that everyone should own a few Bitcoin at least, so now you know why. Bitcoin will be successful just like XRP. XRP will be the global bridge digital asset of the world, and Bitcoin will become digital gold. That is exactly what the digital asset investor believes. So I'll read it again. XRP will be the global bridge digital asset of the world, and Bitcoin will become the digital gold. And he's showing another tweet down here. And finally, Chino Patel keeps knocking it out of the park at Chino Patel 29. Give him a follow. First, I love this tweet from his friend Shalini at Desi Crypto Hodler. If you bought Bitcoin 1 day ago, it's up 14%. 1 week, up 41%. 1 month, 61%. 3 months, 222%. 6 months, 240%. 1 year ago, 108%. 2 years ago, 400%. 3 years ago, 1,840%. 4 years ago, 5,300%. 5 years ago, 2,470%. 6 years ago, 12,800%. I think that speaks for itself. Anthony Pompliano tweeted out, Bitcoin is one of the scarcest assets in the world, and eventually every human will want one. I believe this too. Every 1 or 2 years from now, everybody in the world is going to want a Bitcoin, and they're not going to be able to get one. And the digital asset investor is not where they'll be able to get one, because I will be holding mine. So don't you come here looking for it. It's mine. And finally, Dave Jones at Dave_Jones_02. Ripple, RippleNet, Spring, SBI Ripple Asia, MoneyTap, Japan Bank Consortium, MoneyGram, XRapid, R3 Corda Settler, Western Union, XRapid Pilot, Coil, Web Monetization, Imgur, Coil, EuroXim Bank, XRapid, Cat Corp Fed Cred Union, XRapid, Siam Commercial Bank, MultiHop. Double thumbs up, folks. We know what the story is. We know what's coming. It's all so in your face. And I'll finish by telling you one thing. XRP is about to freaking go off. It is about to be on like Donkey Kong for XRP. If there's one digital asset that is primed more than any other to just go completely bonkers, it is XRP. I bought more this morning before we had a little bit of a run up. I will be buying until that happens, because if there's any digital asset that has it coming, it is XRP for 100+ reasons. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to get yourself one Bitcoin if you can, or even get a tiny piece of Bitcoin before it's too late. Thank you for listening.